It's come to that time in this specific episode where we cover the other stuff.
The other stuff?
The alternative choices. Those things you watch when you maybe have become tired of the WWE. If you think Impact Wrestling has become stale.
So all the time.
Perhaps you will seek out something different.
Something new.
Something unique.
Something exciting.
Something independent.
Like independent wrestling?
And this is where we cover independent wrestling in the Indy News segment of the week.
See how we did that? That was awesome.
Tandem work.
Yeah.
Tag team offense.
So let's start off with some recent shows. We got some results.
Yeah, we got a lot of results from this weekend.
Yeah.
I know on Friday we had AAW's Take No Prisoners coming to you from Marionette Park, Illinois. We had Lewis Linden defeat Gregory Iron, Davey Vega, Candice LeRae, Matt Cage, and Tony Kozina in a 6-way match where the winner gets to choose whatever match they want to be in the next show.
Oh. So did he make his choice? Or?
I don't think so.
Time will tell.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know as soon as I figure it out.
Awesome.
Allison Kay defeated Heidi Lovelace, which means Allison Kay is still defeated in AAW action. Christian Faith...
You mean undefeated?
Undefeated?
You said still defeated.
Still undefeated.
We know what you meant.
Yeah. Christian Faith successfully defended the AAW Heritage Championship against Marcus Crane. Ethan Page defeated CJP. Shane Hollister defeated Silas Young. Ohio's for Killers defeated Zero Gravity to retain the Tag Team Championships. Tommaso Ciampa defeated Davey Richards. Ryan Boz defeated Justice Jones. Johnny Gargano defeated Chris Sabin. And in a 3-way elimination match, Samoa Joe eliminated Eddie Kingston. And Josh Alexander defeated Samoa Joe to become the new AAW champion. So now we're looking, Josh Alexander is the AAW and AIW champion.
That's pretty exciting when the champion gets eliminated first in a match like that. Really.
Yeah, because then you're guaranteed a new champion no matter who wins.
And between Josh Alexander and Samoa Joe, those are two more big heavy hitters. That, I mean, you're going to get a pretty dominant champion no matter who wins that one.
I think so. And then moving on to Saturday, I know you've got results from the ROH TV.
I do. ROH TV this week. Didn't actually get to watch it this week, unfortunately, but I do have the results of the 2 matches that happened, stemming from the challenge put out by War Machine. Michael Elgin picked Killer Elite Squad. They had a tag team match, which apparently was just a lot of brawling. The referee couldn't get control of this match. They got a little bit of order for a second, and then there was a hot tag and a whole bunch more brawling. This ended up being a no contest because the referee just said, fuck it, I'm done. And apparently Elgin got involved too, so that probably helped.
Yeah.
That probably helped the cause. This didn't go over very well with the fans, so hopefully they do something to make this better, do a rematch later, because these are 2 pretty intense teams that I'd like to actually see have a match.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that it went to a no contest. But then in the main event, we had Tommaso Ciampa challenging Jay Lethal for the ROH television title. Very back and forth match. Unfortunately, Jay Lethal had the numbers because he had the House of Truth in his corner.
Yeah, Drew Martini, Jay Diesel, Donovan Dijak.
Yeah, and this ended up working against Tommaso Ciampa. Jay Lethal picking up the win and retaining. But as most people know, Tommaso Ciampa announced on March 29th that he and ROH are parting ways. So this was his final match, and for a good send-off, he got a lot of cheers and everything from the crowd, but he was under the stipulation that if he attacked any officials, he would be fired from ROH. So he hit Todd Sinclair in the balls, dropped a knee on him about 5 times, and the crowd threw streamers and cheered him on. And that was Tommaso Ciampa's final match for Ring of Honor.
Todd Sinclair, eating knees like he eats Twinkies.
But that's it for ROH, and I believe you have...
a couple more Saturday shows.
Oh, more Saturday shows.
We're going to go to Cameron, North Carolina.
I know where this is going.
For Omega's Wrestling Chaos in Cameron 2, we had DeAndre Jones defeat Mad Scout Jake Mannings. This guy named the One Man Riot, Zane Dawson, comes out, starts cutting a promo. He gets interrupted and then defeated in an impromptu match by former TNA champion Magnus.
Alright, cool.
John Scholar defeats Andrew Everett. We had the reuniting of CNC Wrestle Factory. They came together and they defeated the Bravado Brothers.
I want to see that match. That'd be good.
Ricky Steamboat came out post-match to congratulate both teams on having a really good match. Some guy I've never heard of before comes out, tries to put a kibosh on the whole celebration. Hurricane Helms comes out, gives him the Hurra Slam, and everybody is joyous and celebrates again.
The Bravado Brothers, CNC, Ricky Steamboat, and the Hurricane.
Yeah. Then we had EC3 come out and defeat Brad Attitude.
Braditude.
Yeah.
I bet that was a hard name to come up with.
And then we had something that was announced early in the night because of Jeff Hardy's injury, busting his leg up after it was a motocross incident.
Yeah. Someone was recording the videos online. He took a jump wrong, landed real funny, and ended up breaking his leg. And surprisingly, this is the worst injury that Jeff Hardy has ever had in his wrestling career.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even wrestling.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy's been doing crazy leaps off of things and out of the ring and in the guardrails and stuff
for almost 20 years, and
this is his first serious injury to keep him out of action for a long time.
Yeah. So I'm guessing he had to drop the title.
Yeah, he had to drop the title, and they announced at the beginning of the show that they were going to have Trevor Lee versus C.W. Anderson versus Matt Hardy to determine a new Omega champion.
Ooh.
They had this match. Trevor Lee, the youngster, ends up winning and becoming the Omega champion.
That's awesome. Trevor Lee's doing some awesome stuff.
Yeah, Trevor Lee's a rad guy. And, especially, two seasoned veterans in there with him, C.W. Anderson and Matt Hardy.
Absolutely.
Guys who've been in the wrestling business for a long time.
So another feather in the cap for Trevor Lee there.
Yeah. And then one of our favorites, if not our favorite promotion, Jakara brings a spring breakout. We had the 6-person tag team match. The BDK, being represented by Pinky Sanchez, Duncan, and Soldier Ant, defeated the team of Princess Kimberly and Los Ice Creams.
Gee, didn't see that one coming.
And the big note from this one is that apparently Kimberly walked to the back in tears.
Aww.
I know, she was sad. And then
she's too cute to be sad. Stop that.
in an unannounced match, we had Dasher Hatfield versus Volgar. This match had the mystery move of the night, which happened to be the stunner. Dasher Hatfield gets that in as the second to last move of the match before finishing Volgar off with a jackhammer. Dasher Hatfield with a win.
All right.
In singles competition, Chuck Taylor defeats the Proletariat Bor of Moldova.
That's still a weird match.
Yeah.
I want to, when that comes out on DVD, I want to see it.
Yeah,
I can only imagine what that match is like.
And, the two are only pitted together because of the COTI. So
what was that COTI implications?
Yeah, that was a singles match in the COTI.
So Chuck E. T picking up a point?
Yeah.
Cool.
Gentlemen's Club get a point over the United Nations. Then we had Ashley Remington defeat Missile Assault Ant via ankle lock. That gives Ashley Remington 3 points now towards singles title contention.
Ooh.
So he could be the very first challenger for the current new champion, Hollow Wicked.
Ooh.
And then we had speaking of Hollow Wicked, we had the Nightmare Warriors being represented by Hollow Wicked, Frightmare, and Silver Ant defeat the Snake Pit, represented by Shinron, Eddie Kingston, and Argus.
I still haven't seen Argus, but from what I hear, he's doing good stuff, and that would be an awesome match to see.
Then we had Juan Francisco de Coronado defeat Amasis via nefarious means, using a foreign object to help him secure a German suplex. But Bryce Remsburg became privy to the information that Juan Francisco used a foreign object and immediately restarted the match. Amasis ends up picking up the win via flying Enziguri.
Yes!
And so Amasis wins. And then in the main event, the Wrecking Crew, the team of Jaka, Flex Rumble Crunch, and Max Smashmaster defeated the Arcane Hordes, Ultramantis Black, Obarium, and Oleg the Usurper. Flex Rumble Crunch getting the win over Oleg via the spear.
Jakara, so I can't cuss, so the gosh darn Wrecking Crew.
Fudge them.
Motherfuckers.
I guess the interesting bit of story here is that they're still playing off that Oleg is contracted through Sydney Bakabella.
Yeah, he's been having the issues. Like he's not too happy with the way things are going.
Yeah, and so Arcane Horde gets the advantage towards the end. Oleg the Usurper actually sets up Flex Rumble Crunch for the off with his head. Sydney Bakabella gets on the apron. Oleg turns around to deal with him. Turns around and gets the spear from Flex.
Man, Bakabella, I'm never not gonna have problems with him.
Yeah, he's a jerk. That's it for upcoming shows, results.
Results.
That's it for results. I'm tired. Bear with me.
You got this.
But we got upcoming shows.
We do.
Including a lot of big ones, actually. Because just going off the top of my head here, there's a doubleheader from CCW and WSU.
Yes, which we went over last week, I believe.
Yeah.
We got more matches?
Yeah, because that's coming up on the 9th.
Okay. So we're just a few days away from that.
Yeah, I said last week there's the WSU Spirit Championship Tournament, Round 1.
Right.
Is going to be at this show. That involves a lot of chicks that we like. Veda Scott, Athena, Allison Kay, Leva Bates.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on there.
All right, cool.
The chicks using nasty tactics are going against the Cosmo Club. Added since last time we talked about it, we're going to have Sassy Stephanie versus Brittany Rose. And then the WSU Championship on the line. Lufisto defends against Cherry Bomb.
Cool.
On the CZW side, we've got that Panes of Glass match between Danny Havoc and Connor Claxton. We have Andrew
just thinking about it.
Andrew Everett versus Trevor Lee, which is going to be a really great match.
That's going to be an awesome match.
They're the two. They call them the two standouts from the Best of the Best tournament. Speaking of the Best of the Best tournament, the winner, Speedball Mike Bailey, gets to go against Chainsaw Joe Gacy for the CCW Wired Championship. That's his kind of reward for winning, I think.
Cool.
A match considered 5 years in the making, recently announced. Drew Gulak versus Nick Gage.
Oh, all right.
This is CCW's official in-ring return of Nick Gage. There's going to be a new four-way match that was just recently announced. Joey Janela, Jonathan Gresham, Pepper Parks, and Caleb Conley. On top of that, we have the matches we already talked about. Sozio versus Eric Corvus, Greg Excellence versus Alexander Jones. Those are the only two other ones we talked about.
That's it. You don't get any more.
But then they're also having one of the members of Team Tremendous is teaming up with Biff Busick to go against the Bucks Belmar.
Oh,
Too many double B names. It's Bill Carr and Bucks Belmar versus the Beaver Boys. That's why I'm having a hard time with that match. It's a lot of alliteration going on.
It's the match.
And then Matt Tremont is challenging Leg G's for the CCW Championship.
Good luck.
Yeah.
So that's on the 9th, right?
That's on the 9th.
Well, I'll take it from here because just a couple days later, on the 12th, we start a 4 super shows with ROH and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
This makes me really, really excited.
This is going to be some good stuff. So we start... Nights 1 and 2 will be War of the Worlds, and this will be in Philadelphia at the 2300 Arena. The 12th and the 13th. Night 1, we've got matches like Delirious versus Ghetto. We have Jay Lethal versus Watanabe. Roderick Strong versus Kushida. The Addiction versus the Kingdom versus the Young Bucks. Michael Elgin versus Tetsuya Naito. We have Red Dragon versus Jushin Liger and Hiroshi Tanahashi. AJ Styles will be taking on a mystery opponent. We still have no idea who that is. And then in the main event, the Briscoes will take on Okada and Nakamura. That's night 1. Moving on, we've got night 2. We've got some smaller print here. Let me zoom in on that. We got Michael Elgin taking on Kushida. Adam Page taking on Watanabe. Roderick Strong versus Tanahashi. Kyle O'Reilly versus Tetsuya Naito. The ROH Tag Team Champions, The Addiction, taking on Okada and Geto. We have a 4-corner survival match. Jay Lethal versus Nakamura versus Mark Briscoe versus Jushin Liger. A ROH World Championship match between Jay Briscoe and Bobby Fish. And then a 6-man tag where AJ Styles and the Young Bucks will take on the Kingdom. And that will be War of the Worlds Night 2 in the 2300 Arena.
I found it interesting for that show they have Red Dragon split up.
Yes.
And one of them's even going for the championship.
Yeah, and
so I'm wondering if that means maybe for the time being they're putting aside their tag team goals of regaining the tag team champions.
Possibly, and especially since they lost their championships in a way that was unfortunate because it was the reveal of the KRD. I'm interested that we don't have Chris Sabin involved in any of this stuff yet. But yeah, I mean, with Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian revealing that they are the KRD, I'm sure that'll come back around after these 4 shows. We do have 4 more sets of TV tapings.
Chris Sabin could be the mystery opponent for AJ Styles.
Ooh, I hope
so. So could Samoa Joe.
Ooh. You're talking good stuff here.
Can't think of anybody else to top that to get a different ooh.
Well, let's move on. We've got Global Wars. We're gonna take a break on the 14th, and on the 15th and 16th we have Global Wars Night 1 and 2. And on Global Wars Night 1, we've got the Kingdom taking on Matt Sydal and Jushin Liger. Oh, I was wrong. We have Chris Sabin taking on Kushida.
Oh yeah, Machine Guns versus Time Splitters.
Yep. We have Geto and Moose taking on Watanabe and Silas Young. That'll be interesting. Nakamura taking on ACH. The Addiction versus RPG Vice versus The Decade versus Red Dragon. Cedric Alexander versus Okada. Michael Elgin versus Tanahashi. Jay Lethal defends the TV title against Tetsuya Naito. And then in the main event, we have the Bullet Club. Machine Gun Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows, the Young Bucks, and AJ Styles taking on Roderick Strong, the Briscoes, and War Machine.
That might be the match I'm actually looking forward to the most.
That's so much star power, and it's so many different styles that's all going to go into this. It's going to be insane. But then we still have Night 2, where we have Kushida versus Will Ferrara, Michael Elgin versus Geto, the Kingdom versus Gallows and Anderson, Jushin Liger versus Dalton Castle, Tanahashi and Naito versus ACH and Matt Sydal, Nakamura versus Roderick Strong, and the Bullet Club's AJ Styles and the Young Bucks will be taking on Chaos, which will be Okada teaming with Rocky Romero and Beretta, RPG Vice. And that'll be the main event. And that's the one where we got a bunch more people that aren't even signed for action but are signed to appear. So all kinds of stuff could be happening that second night for Global Wars. And then after that, they go on a stretch of 4 days of TV tapings. This is their road to the best in the world. No matches are set, but we'll have TV tapings in Amarillo, Texas, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Collinsville, Illinois, and Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, all popular towns for Ring of Honor to go to.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm so looking forward to those super shows. There's so much good talent on those shows.
Hopefully there's a way we can get to view them sooner than later.
We'll let you know. As soon as we see them, we'll have results and reactions.
Yeah. For real.
So what you got, Kev?
We got a lot of business happening on the 22nd.
22nd is a big day, apparently.
We're talking both PWG's DDT4
yeah.
and AIW's JT Lightning Invitational Tournament.
Right. You can go back to are you going to do a run-through? Or?
I'm going to give a quick recap.
All right.
The DDT4 from PWG, that tag team tournament where the tag team titles are on the line, the champions having to defend 3 different times.
Good luck, Candice and Joey.
If they want to go. So, that being said, Candice and Joey, world's cutest tag team,
spoiler alert,
are in there. Team Tremendous, Dan Barry and Bill Carr, or Dan Carr, if you want to combine them together.
That's their That's their other tag team name.
Star Wars giant monster name. The Dan Carr.
Oh no, it's a Dan Carr.
Biff Busick and Drew Gulak. The Monster Mafia. The Beaver Boys. Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee. The Inner City Machine Guns. And Love Gun, Saving and Seidel.
Right.
On top of the tournament, they're also going to have Johnny Gargano versus Speedball Mike Bailey. And Roderick Strong defending the PWG Championship against Chris Hero and Brian Cage. Triple threat match.
Yeah, good luck.
It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Going for the JT Lightning Invitational Tournament, Eric Ryan versus Nick Gage, Raymond Rowe versus Tyson Ducks, Tracy Williams versus Little Guido, Lewis Linden versus Tyler Thomas, BJ Whitmer versus Dangerous Doug Gilbert, Flip Kendrick versus Athena, Too Cold Scorpio versus Cheech Hernandez, Cedric Alexander versus Colin Delaney, DJ Z versus Alex Daniels, Alessandro Del Bruno versus Brittany Blake, Heidi Lovelace versus Davey Vega, and Dick Justice versus Josh Prohibition. 12 matches that line up the first round.
That last match is interesting.
Yeah. But big star power in that one. I mean, they got Guido, they've got Scorpio. People who are making huge strides right now, especially in that Midwest area, Davey Vega, Heidi Lovelace.
Yeah.
And then we know on night 2, AIW will be getting their debut of Samoa Joe.
That's big there.
And then the next day, we got on the 23rd, a sort of show that just got recently added by Jakara.
Oh.
It's their welcoming to the new home of the Jakara Wrestle Factory.
Oh, wow.
Which is in a new location in Philadelphia. It's called Back to Skull. Like
Okay.
back to school. But
oh.
Get it?
I get it.
Yeah. Only match announced for this so far is Princess Kimberly versus Juan Francisco de Coronado.
All right.
This coincides because the same day they're also doing a competition at the Wrestle Factory. Basically, they're trying to find the next big Jakara star. So pseudo Tough Enough-esque thing, but it's just basically a one-day thing. And someone is going to earn a scholarship to the Wrestle Factory.
That is cool.
So if you
like that a lot.
If you have any kind of inkling and urge to learn under the tutelage of Hollowicked and Silver Ant and Chuck Taylor and Mike Quackenbush.
Mike freaking Quackenbush. Come on.
Head over there on the 23rd for Back to Skull.
Hell yeah.
Because you could end up with a full ride scholarship to the Wrestle Factory. And then on the 24th, the next day, we get Jakara's birthday show, the Anniversario.
Yes!
So far, that's going to be just down the road in Easton, Pennsylvania, at the Funplex.
All right. Which is that's a staple.
That's one of their staple places.
That's a staple for Jakara.
That we know that we're going to have 4 teams with all 4 members going head to head.
So two Atomicos matches.
2 Atomicos matches.
All right.
All COTI teams.
Oh.
The entire United Nations. Mr. Azerbaijan, Prakesh Sabar, Proletariat Bar Moldova, and Juan Francisco de Coronado.
Lots of big names in that.
Take on Dasher's Dugout.
Nice.
Dasher Hatfield, Icarus, Mr. Touchdown, and this marks Jakara's return of the Young Lioness Cup champion, Heidi Lovelace. She's been busy over doing her first tour of Japan.
Ooh, good for
which
her.
is why she hasn't been involved in any of the COTI stuff this far. And she said in a recent blog post on Jakara's website, she's ready to make up for lost time in both COTI and defending the Young Lioness Cup.
United Nations, you got to be looking out for that one.
Yeah. And then we know that all 4 members of the Snake Pit, Ophidian leading Argus, Shinron, and Eddie Kingston, are going head-to-head with Sidney Bacabella's Wrecking Crew.
Man.
All 3 members of the Devastation Corporation and Jaka.
I have to go for the Snake Pit. That's almost like the best team you could make for me in Jakara.
And Ophidian is awesome. Shinrod is crazy flippy.
Amazing.
Argus is a talented up-and-coming rookie. And Eddie Kingston is just a Jakara stalwart.
See, the only reason I can't say it's like my favorite team is because I've never seen Argus wrestle. But I love the other three.
The only thing that could maybe tailor that to you a little bit better is if you were able to move Argus out of the situation and make it the Osirian portal.
Oh,
Kingston and Shinrod.
Best team ever.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't get better for that. I'm going for them.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll have more matches for you coming from their Back to Skull and Anniversario as the weeks progress through.
Absolutely.
Maybe some more. Eventually, we might get the order of who's facing who in the first round of the DDT4.
That'd be awesome. Actually, I mean, we're getting that in a couple weeks, so I'm sure we'll get a first round here pretty soon. And
we know that during the early parts of the summer, CZW's having their Tournament of Death, and AIW's having their next taping for Girls Night Out, which is their all-chick show.
ROH will be coming up on their Best in the World.
So we're going to have some more cool upcoming stuff for you. Also stay tuned. We're going to have more stuff from Beyond Wrestling and other promotions. I might be starting to add in a couple new peoples
and
that we're covering.
The best way that you can find out more information about those promotions is look down in the description. We put our favorite independent wrestling promotions down in the description. All their websites are down there. We're going to start adding Facebooks and Twitters and all that stuff down there so you can follow them, you can keep up on these matches, but keep watching us because we like talking to you about it too. There's also all of our links down there. You can follow us
like
on Twitter.
Facebook?
Definitely like Facebook.
Twitter?
Yes, Twitter.
Instagram?
Yeah, my Instagram.
Tumblr?
There is a Tumblr.
Reddit?
There is a Reddit.
MySpace?
What's MySpace?
It's a new thing, I think, that people are...
That's never going to get over. But we do have emails. You can email all of us at franstalkwrestling@gmail.com. And if you want to, Mr. Independent Wrestling Man himself, Kevin Hawk, his personal email is down there in the description as well.
Talking to you, Dave Prazak.
What?
I don't know. I was calling it Dave Prazak.
And below that in the comments, talk about other promotions that you like, promotions that you want to see us talk about. Give us wrestlers, give us Twitters, Facebooks, all that other stuff. Post down in the comments. Let us know what you want to hear about. Let us know what you're excited about, all the stuff that we talk about as well. And go back through the playlist that's over on the other side of my friend here. We've got all kinds of videos. Sorry for the late upload. We're dealing with new cameras, new software and everything, but it is all up now. You get Extreme Rules, you get Raw, you get Midweek, you get SmackDown, you get Indie News, you get Thomas's Top 5, the April edition. All that over there on the other side of Kevin Hawk.
Whoa.
You didn't notice that?
It is up there.
Yep.
Huh.
He's looking at you funny.
Yeah. Shout out to Tim Dawes. Keep getting better.
Yeah.
We love you, Timmy.
Yeah, glad to know that he's like at least doing appearances and stuff at indie shows while he's not able to actually wrestle.
We want to see you back in the ring, so hopefully everything works out.
And for the hell of it, happy birthday, Rock. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
Rocky birthday.
Rocky birthday. We'll see you guys next week for episode 47.